it would be hard to underestimate the importance of standards. And by standards, I'm not referring to moral or ethical standards. I mean languages, symbols, conventions, and scales. These are the DNA of civilization. Without our ability to devise and then accept standards, we could never have developed such a complex society. Standards enable us to communicate. Each language is simply a shared set of standards. If you don't share someone's grammatical standards, and if you cannot agree on what certain symbols mean, then you can't speak that person's language. All communication, no matter what its medium, demands shared standards. That is, standards standards drive learning. The skill of arithmetic is teachable precisely because all the standards and all the teachers know that they are adding and subtracting in base 10. Shared standards make skills transferable. Standards make comparison possible. For example, in order to function, market-driven economies needed a standard system for comparing the value of one company with that of another. Standards are the code in which human collaboration and discovery is written. Great managers know that if they want to build a cooperative, creative organization, they will have to ensure that their employees use the relevant codes. Lawyers must study case law. Traffic controllers have to learn the standard navigational protocols, so on and so forth. If standards are important today, then that importance will surely multiply many times over in coming decades. Connections mean networks, and networks require standards. And as we speed into the networked world, the companies that define the new standards, the new languages, platforms, scales, conventions, they will gain a huge advantage over latecomers. They will be the gatekeepers, perfectly positioned to meet the needs of the hungry new community they helped to create. And making your standards universal is already a telling competitive advantage. This is how VHS bet Betamax. This is how Microsoft bet Apple. Over the next few years, you will see more and more companies breaking all the rules of traditional business in order to build networks. This explains why Netscape gives way its browser. Sprint, MCI, and AT&T lure as with free cellular phones, and Sun Microsystems floods the market with Java. They are all typing to launch their standards toward the critical mass needed to become their standard. Since building networks is so important, all employees will have to play their part. In the same way that Swiss clock makers were not encouraged to devise their own units of time, the employee of tomorrow will not be allowed to create his own standards. This doesn't mean that in the future management will be rigid and intrusive. It simply means that employees will have to express their creativity and individuality through a standard medium. Here again, unrestrained empowerment can kill a company's value. Log on to my website www.asifjmeer.com. I also invite you to visit my blog at asifjmeer.wordpress.com. Have a great day.